So here's the spot that I want to get to so that we're not disturbed by traffic up at the house, which are behind the magnolias. So cabins going there somewhere, not quite sure where yet. And it seems natural head off down this way. There's a few reasons. There's a cliff directly in front of me with about a 40-foot drop, which we do not need to try and build a road down or along. I want to pick a slope that is reasonable in the wet weather. This is me yesterday with the Mini. I typically pick my way through the trees with the Mini, tidying up as I go, because when I get the dozer out or the big girl, I make a big mess. So this, if I had to, I could grade it back in and forget about it. So there's a couple of trees that I like and I'd rather not have to remove. There's a nut tree here on the left hand side which I'd like to leave where it is. There's a tree of heaven right there which I'm happy to get rid of. So that guy can go. Another big nut tree. I'd like to leave it. And the reason is it contributes to the canopy that blocks the view of the headlights that come round the corner in the distance. I could remove that. That's an elm, I think, that little guy. Don't need to, it can stay there. Another big tree of heaven here on the left, that could go if it had to. But I'm wide enough, I only need 10 feet. So, not worried about any of this. I've kind of destroyed that. It's kind of an elm. Poor thing's gonna die whether I drop it or not, so I'm gonna have to take that down. That's because that's my corner for dragging trees out. And the bark rubs right off. This is plenty wide enough. I'd like to get the blade in on the left on the dozer to level this out a bit more. We have a second trail to my right hand side. The problem with it is that it drops off down a hill that's too steep in the wet. And it's only an ATV trail, so this will be stoned. And this is as far as I got yesterday. I only put a couple of hours into it, so today my plan is to make it all the way to the bottom. So rather than go straight down that hill, which is too steep, so it's a nice grade. I did this with the big one when I first moved in. But this hill here, even in the excavator, when it's wet, is too much. Does not look bad, not right now, but you wait till it gets wet. So what I have to do is snake my way to the left, follow this contour over, hoop around one or two of those big trees without destroying anything that I want to keep, and work my way back down that valley. So let's see if I can pick a route that is nice and gentle, and make the decisions as I go. That's the road I did last fall with the 315, and I never had a choice but to put a camber on a road because everything I had no six-way blade. So I've managed to connect it through to the new road. I'm going to go get the dozer and finish this off. So I've got as far with the E50 to prove that it'll work and that I don't have to take down any of the cedars that we like. I've taken down probably a dozen dead cedars. I've taken one that had a live top, and I took one maple, which annoys me that I had to take it down, but it was the only way to get through without doing more damage. So the trick to a road like this to improve a grade is start at the same point and take further to get to the end point. So distance increases, height is the same, so the grade reduces. So I'm going to take this lump out with the dozer, and I'm going to fill in this hollow just before where the Mini is sitting. And I'm going to take a bit of the crown off that turn and bring it down here in the hollow. And that should be a real nice grade. If I take a foot or more off that apex there and bring it to where I'm standing, I'm going to be happy with that. That'll be good. noticed a couple of bad spots, so I'm going to have to go back down again just to fix those two little spots, and then I'm done for the day. And that's it. The road is done, and the place for whatever we use it for is also done. Like the road through the woods, I think.